Basically, it's just a nice way of putting it that I'm a loser and I have no friends. What I eat as a lazy student that can't cook, can't function, and is a worthless waste of space vegan. I'm probably going to do it wrong, but I do everything wrong. It would be weird if I actually did it correctly. So, when I sweat, my stomach sweats. And I think my armpits sweat less. So everyone does that, it's so, cliche. And I'm edgy and different, cool. Hey, it's Ev, and I'm 1 year on testosterone. I know that everyone says it, but I really can't believe that I'm sat here right now filming this video. So I've got quite a few things planned for this video, which I'll tell you about in a sec. But firstly, I want to say a few things. I shaved my face last night, and now I look quite baby-faced and feminine, which is fine, but I realised straight after that it would have made more sense for me to film my 1 year on T video with my facial hair and then shave it off afterwards, but I didn't think of that because I'm me. Secondly, it's been so long since I could be bothered to get my good camera down that now that I've got it down, I can't find the charger or wire, so I'm filming on my phone. But I'm going to get that sorted and then film with my good camera and make actual good quality videos again at some point. I want to say thanks for nearly 400 subs. When I was making the little montage thing that I made, that I'll show you in a sec, or probably in a few minutes, I noticed that in November 2016 I hit 100 subs, then November 2017 I hit 200 subs, and now November 2018 and I've nearly hit 400 subs. So thanks for that, and if you haven't subscribed then please do if you want to. So in this video I've already showed you my voice comparison little thing at the start. I'm going to talk a bit, including about the changes I've had in just the last month. And then I'm just going to talk a bit in general. I'm going to show you some picture comparisons, and then I've made a video montage thing, if montage is the word, and I actually put a lot of effort into making it, so hopefully people will stay and watch that. If you want to watch just that bit, then skip to skip to there. In the last month, since my 11 months on T video, I've been getting hot flashes or hot flushes, I'm not sure what it's called, but I've heard a lot of people talk about that and I haven't experienced it up until this last month, and I think it's a hormonal thing. I've just been getting really hot and prickly feelings, which, yeah, but it's annoying, but it's not too often. So my skin has been bad. It's been the worst it's ever been in my whole life, but still, it's it could be a lot worse. It doesn't bother me that much, but it's got quite bad. My facial hair has increased just in the last month, to the point where I'd say now that I do grow beard hair, and since I've shaved it I can feel stubble, and yeah, so that has been the biggest change of 11 to 12 months. I had my levels checked a while ago and I recently got the results back, and everything is normal, including my estrogen and my testosterone. Well, it's normal from what I can see, and I think if it wasn't normal my doctor would have told me by now. Yeah, and I don't really like talking about this part, but just in case anyone else is watching and they want to know if it only happened to them or if it's happens to other people as well. My periods did stop at January and I started T in November. And then 5 months after that, I had some spotting, and then 5 months after that, which is last week, or roughly 5 months after that, it happened again. But like I said, my levels are normal, so I don't really know why that's happened, but it happened. Mentally, since starting T, I've just been feeling so much better. Before transitioning, I felt so I was constantly feeling I was disassociating and not feeling I was actually in my body, and everything felt like a daydream, it was underwater and I wasn't really here, and that was for most of my life. And now I don't feel like that very often, which is good. When I touch my upper legs and I feel my thigh hair and everything, it just feels like how it's meant to feel, and I can't imagine going back to being preteen now. My body now feels so much more like correct and how it's meant to be. A lot of people say that trans people are like delusional and we're mentally ill, not as in we have dysphoria and need help with our dysphoria, but they say it as in like we need correcting and to know that like they'd say that I need to realise that I'm a woman in order to be mentally healthy, but I am so much more mentally healthy now that I've transitioned. And I'm like just so glad that I did start testosterone. I have been feeling more dysphoric about other things, but like that's kind of good because before I didn't feel so like clearly dysphoric about things. I just felt like I wasn't really in my body, and so now that I'm actually feeling dysphoric, like at least I'm actually feeling like at least I'm actually feeling things, you know, like it's kind of a good thing. It's because my head's clearer and I'm mentally more healthy than I was before. Quite a long time ago, a GP at a doctor's surgery that I don't go to anymore, she told me that starting testosterone with gender care, like she tried to say gender care is like a dodgy, illegal clinic and like all private clinics are like that, and I should stick with the NHS route because NHS clinics, they actually don't have long waiting lists, and that's what I should do. If I'd listened to her, like I did get referred to an NHS clinic then, in July 2017, the London one. I still haven't had a letter offering me an appointment. I expect that I will get one soon, and my appointment, I'm guessing, will be like February or March or something. And then after that, I'll have to wait like a year for the next appointment, and then like we can start discussing starting testosterone. So I would have had to wait years from the point where she told me that that's what I should do and that the waiting lists aren't that long. She also told me that other GPs wouldn't let me start testosterone with gender care, which they clearly did, and now I'm at this point and I'm a year on testosterone, and I'd be so far from this point if I'd listened to her, and I'm so glad I didn't listen to her. And basically I want to put it out there to anyone else, just your GP isn't always right. If you think they're wrong, then chances are you actually know more about transition than they do, so possibly just ignore them and change to a different doctor, because quite often when it comes to trans things they have no clue what they're talking about. So here are some comparison pics, like of my facial hair and body hair and stuff like that. And here is a video montage thing that I made, and it's going backwards in time, so we're going to start with me at 11 months on T. I've experienced facial hair growth, body hair growth a lot. Now I've shaved my head and I can see that I have a slightly more masculine hairline. I sweat more, I've had some body fat redistribution, I'm less emotional, I get slightly more spots than before, all of the normal stuff. Apart from not having an Adam's apple, which I'm totally fine with, I can't think of a testosterone change that I haven't experienced. Hey, it's Ev, and I'm now 9 months on Testogel. I could have had a baby in this time, but instead I'm just really hairy and sweaty. Here, I have sideburns that you can actually see without flash being on, but I did kind of shave them because they grow down to there. Here are some pictures where you can see them better. My body hair just everywhere, like I just have like black hairs on all over my shoulders, and my kneecaps are hairy also. Another thing, my body fat redistribution, it's definitely happened a bit, but it's still nowhere near how I want it to be. Hey, it's Ev, and I'm 6 months on testosterone. My changes have been quite gradual. Probably the biggest change is that my voice has dropped. 4.5 months to 5 months on T is when that really started changing. and it started cracking a lot if I tried to speak loudly or like high pitched, and that's kind of settled down now. It doesn't crack as much. I've had a slight increase in facial hair, like kind of fluff on my moustache and sideburns, and then a few like thick black hairs on my chin and neck. My legs, the like outer side of my legs used to not grow any hair, or it did, but it kind of like rubbed off, but now it's like a normal person. The hairs grab fluffs and pull them inside of my belly button, and that is a change from testosterone that nobody warned me about. I haven't had any acne or muscle gain. I'm still really short. But the other thing is I have a date for top surgery now. I had my consultation in London with Miles Berry. I'm getting double incision, which means I'll have 2 big scars. Everybody loves nipples. So yeah, my top surgery date is the 26th of July, 2018. Hey everyone, so this is my 3 months on T video. Also, I do have a bit of a cold right now, so I might sound a bit different to how I do sound in general now. Since my 2 months on T update, the main changes I've had are I have a few chin hairs now, like proper thick black ones. I'll insert a picture of my stomach hair now and my chin hairs. I feel like I might look a little bit older than I did pre-T. I had my second gender care appointment, which was with Dr. Seal. It was an hour long. He just asked a lot of the same questions Dr. Lorimer did, and then some more questions about like physical stuff, not just Dr. Lorimer focuses on like mental stuff, I think. Hey everyone, it's Evan, and this is my 2 months on T update video. So obviously I didn't make a 1 month on T video because not much had happened at that point, but now some stuff is starting to happen, so yay. I don't think there are any extremely noticeable changes, but there are a few little things, I think. So firstly, the hair on my upper lip is slightly more noticeable. I did have a little bit of a like tiny moustache before testosterone, but now it's like when I take a picture with flash on, you used to be able to see it, but now you can see it even more so, and you can kind of see it in pictures where I don't have flash on now, which I will insert some pictures to show you what I mean. So I think I have slightly more hair on my stomach than I used to. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Another thing is my voice. I feel like that's just about starting to do something. It hasn't really dropped. It's not much lower, but it's starting to sound a little bit different than what I did before, so that's good. When I was a few weeks on T, I did get like a really intense like high, like for about a week I was like the happiest I'd ever been, and I was just like extremely happy for a while, but now I've just gone back to normal. But I haven't noticed any like mood swings or any more like anger issues or anything like that. I've been pretty much just my normal self. But it's really hard right now to get hold of Testogel, which is what I'm on. Pharmacists in Birmingham and in Oxfordshire are both telling me no, we can't get hold of it. I've emailed, I'm trying to get an appointment in advance, like for around May time, to get a referral for top surgery. So that'll be quite far in the future, the actual surgery, but yeah, I'm now 12 days on Testogel. I started on the 28th of November, and I got the email on the Sunday to say that my first prescription was in the post, because I got my first prescription privately, and then by the Tuesday I had received the prescription in the post, and I took it to the pharmacy, and surprisingly they actually had it and gave it me, because I thought that there was going to be another hurdle to get over to actually get it, but yeah, they just gave it me. Even though my legal title is Mr., they still wrote Miss. I have a few like spots on my forehead, more than what I'd normally have, and also my nipples really hurt for the first few days, but that doesn't matter. 100% of the time I'm being read as female, and people, when they see me, like strangers, they're so confident that I'm female that they'll
say, hello young lady, hello miss. Like, no one seems even confused about it. They're just all 100% sure that I'm a girl. Because I do want to document my transition on this channel. Whilst I'm on the waiting list for the NHS clinic, I am going to go to a private gender clinic in London called Gender Care. It likes to work on a shared care basis with the patient's GPs, and it says on their website that most GPs are fine with this, like 5% aren't. And I've kind of heard from 4 different members of staff, including the practice manager at my GP surgery, and they all seem to think it's highly illegal. Basically everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. I'm making this video to come out as trans, female to male. I tried to convince myself that I was just a masculine girl. I wasn't trans. I could just wear boys' clothes and have a short haircut, and that would be fine, and that would be enough, and that I wouldn't need to transition. But that's just not the case. Feeling like a really strong desire and need to transition, those feelings have just been getting stronger and stronger, and I just don't feel like a masculine woman or a butch lesbian, and it's really not nice to live as and be seen as something that you don't feel like you are.
Hey, it's Ev, and I'm 1 year on testosterone.
I'm nearly 20, I'm from England, and I am female. I have to point out that last bit because people on the internet tend to have a really tough time wrapping their heads around how someone can be a girl and also have had a haircut.